Right, hello there everyone. Sorry, again, haven't done a video in ages. Well, I uploaded one, but anyway, avoiding all that, Archetype time. Said I was going to do one. Here we go. Day late, doesn't matter. Today, as you can see, we are discussing Fabled. I love Fabled myself. I've used this deck since as long as I can remember. I think it was my first Hidden Arsenal deck. Naturia's might have been first, actually. But pretty much, it was a archetype from the first lot of Hidden Arsenals. Um, they were like the bad guys, even though they were light type, like the worms, but they were kind of like the iffy one in the story. I'm never quite sure what it was. But I'll go through the cards. What do you use? What do you don't use? Blah 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 blah. First one is Donaria. You can summon this by attributing off one Fabled monster, which sounds alright to start. And then once per turn, the effect of the first normal spell card your opponent activates becomes your opponent discards one card. Now, if you could somehow use this in Dark World, it would actually be really good, because your opponent couldn't play normal spells without giving you crazy pluses. But in Fables, it really doesn't help that much. They can probably just get around it anyway. You don't really want to run level 8 in Fables, ever. The next one, Sulcus. Send 2 cards except Fabled Sulcus from your hand to go special summon it. Now, this card would be really good if it said discard. I don't know why they made a card that says send cards from your hand to the grave. It doesn't make any sense to me, really, but whatever. You'll never use this guy. Galibus, I don't know what this one does. You can discard one card to the graveyard to select and destroy one face once your opponent controls a defense less than or equal to this card's attack. He's got pretty pathetic attack. You probably could never find a use for this. I guess if you're running like Gates, you can get rid of him, but there are better cards. Eurystos, this guy looks awesome, but while you have 2 or less cards in your hand, all Fabled monsters gain 400 attack. I tried to tech this once, because I always get rid of my hand in Fables. You get rid of your hand really fast in Fables, but he's just too iffy. You never really... The problem with most of these cards I've said so far is you have to normal summon them. This deck doesn't like to normal summon too much, so keep that in mind. I don't know what this one does either. When a Fabled monster is sent from the hand to the graveyard, tribute this card to select one of those monsters and special summon it. That's ridiculous. You special summon everything you discard anyway. Whatever. Oh, I lost something. No, I didn't. There it is. If this card battles with the opponent's monster, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. During damage calculation, have this card gain 600 attack. Now, that's actually not a bad card. But it's rubbish and Fabled because it says send. What did the whole archetype discards? Why did they make these send cards? It doesn't make any sense. And then this guy, once per turn, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon level 3 Fabled monster from your hand. Stop sending cards, you stupid Fabled monsters. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in the hand than you do, you can reveal 1 Fabled monster in your hand, tribute this face-up card to select 2 spell or traps your opponent controls and destroy them. Why? It's so pointless. I don't even get it. She looks cool, at least. And then there's this guy. Send this card from your hand to the graveyard, select a face-up Fabled monster you control, and it's treated as a tuner while it's on the field. The entire deck's made of tuners anyway. He's not the worst card ever, but it... And then this one, when this card is discarded, see, there we go, you set this card from face down defense position. Yeah, see, it's not bad. I don't know if that counts as a special summon or not, actually. But oh well. When this card is flipped face up, reveal 1 Fabled monster in your hand and send 1 Fabled monster from your deck to the graveyard. Now, that is good with this guy. You can just send him straight from your deck to the graveyard. The problem is you have to set him first, and then they could just get past it. It's also level 1 tuner, could have uses, but you have to set it first. So this whole top line is all the Fables you'll never use. These next 2 probably won't either, but when this face-up card you control selects as an attack target, you can discard a Fabled monster to negate it. It's discarding, at least. It's like Dark Smog in a way, I suppose. You have an infinite discard outlet. Only if they attack it, though. Still 4 tuner as well, though, more to the point. That's very nice. Then we have a level 1 non-tuner here. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can discard a Fabled monster to draw a card. It's a nice little draw engine. 1/7 attack, pretty strong. If you're using it with this, it's got 2/1 attack. You're probably going to beat some things down with that then. And if you got him out, you can level 8 synchro instantly. It's pretty nice. This one, level 1 tuner. When this card is discarded, select the face-up card in the field and destroy it. Boom. Pretty useful. It's quite hard to fit one in the deck if you're making it, but you discard a lot. It's an instant pop, I suppose, This one I quite like. During your main phase, discard a Fabled monster, and then special summon this card from your hand. And when you special summon this way, you can special summon a level 2 or lower Fabled monster from your hand. So pretty much, you special summon him, and then discard, say, this one, pop in a card, and then you get his effect, special summon a level 2 or lower, so you could go boom, or boom, you know, whatever. Or if you discard something like him, you get a special summon, and you can special summon that. 3 level 2s, you could go Dark Mist. You'd never do that. Fabled Raven, once per turn. Actually, this card works really well with him. You can just special summon Raven. Once per turn, discard any number of cards in your hand. Increase this card's level by the number of discarded cards, and it gains 400 attack, equal to the amount of cards discarded. Discard 3 cards, he gains 1,200 attack. That puts him up to 2/5. That's pretty nice. Also makes him a level 5 tuner. Now this card is really good, but it sees more play in Dark Worlds than it does in Fabled, because the discard is not a cost, which is always nice. But it's still incredibly good in Fabled. You can get some crazy pluses off this card. This one, we're getting it. This is the first card I think I choose in my Fabled deck, and all the rest of them I do definitely. You can discard one Fabled monster to the graveyard, except a Fabled Kashano, to add this card from your graveyard to your hand. If this is in your graveyard, you've got a discard outlet. You can just keep discarding him and then bringing him back. And when you bring him back, you get your pluses off your discards or whatever. It's incredibly useful. I wouldn't run 3, but the good thing about him is he's a level 3 Fiend type monster. Yes, he's a tour guide target. That gets him to the graveyard straight away. Just overlay for Leviathan, detach him, and you've got a discard outlet. Boom. Fabled Ganesh. When this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. Special summon this way against 200 attack, putting up to 1/8, pretty nice. But then it's removed from play when it's removed from the field. Now, because he's level 3, and I run rank 3 Ixis thanks to Tour Guide and Kashano, I can get some Ixis off of him. Works, and then he won't get banished. But if he does get banished, oh well. Synchro plays for days. Fabled Larry, when it's discarded, special summon it. It's a level 1 non-tuner. If that doesn't give you a hint on what this deck can do, I don't know what does. And hey look, a level 1 tuner that during your main phase you can discard a Fabled monster to special summon it. I special summon this one by discarding this one. Oh no, a level 1 tuner and a level 1 non-tuner. And level 8s aren't possible or anything. Shooting Star Dragons for days. Actually, shooting Quasar's even easier in this deck. But, you know. Fabled Cerebral, once discarded, special summon it. Crazy, level 2 tuner. And these next two are insanely good. If you can draw a Fabled monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to add a Fabled monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty much you have to search out anything just by controlling a Fabled monster. So say like you have him in your hand and you control him, you can search your deck out for him and then boom, summon those two. This one's also really good. When it's discarded to the graveyard, select a level 4 lower Fabled in your graveyard, accept this card and special summon it. So if you already sent Grimro to the graveyard, you can actually get her out in the field with Kruz, get a level 1 tuner, and boom, instant 5. This deck synchro plays for days, seriously. If you love synchros and you haven't tried out Fableds yet, what are you doing? Try Fableds. They're really, really fun. As for the extra deck, you probably wouldn't use all of these, but there's a level 10 synchro, which, oh yeah, it could see some good play in Dark Worlds, I suppose, because it's really easy to summon. You know, just normal summon Raven, synchro of Grapha, boom. Or normal summon Raven, discard 3, synchro of Gold or Silver. When it's on the field, it's destroyed, you can select up to 3 Fabled monsters in your graveyard and add them to your hand. I would run 1 in this deck, because it is possible to summon. But and then you get to just add 3 of your Fabled cards back to your hand. It's crazy pluses. The next one, once per turn, discard a Fiend to draw a card. It's good, but it's a pain, really, because it only discards Fiends. So really, all I can discard is Lurry, Shano, or Kruz. So it's Raven if it's dead in my hand. I don't know. It's really good though in Dark Worlds because the discard isn't a cost. Discard a Fiend to draw a card. Okay. Yeah, crazy pluses. Raging. This is one of the best synchros. Well, probably the best synchro in my opinion. When it's synchro summoned, if you have 1 or less card in your hand, you draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. Pretty much use up your hand, synchro him, draw. Have Hyper Librarian out. Synchro Fabled Reagan. Draw for him, draw for Hyper Librarian. 3 cards. Boom. And then summon synchro. What's his name? 4-minute synchron. Draw another 2. 5 card hand. Synchro Quasar. How fun. Sorry, I really love synchro monsters, and this deck is just the best deck for getting out synchros, seriously. I Fabled Unicorn, this one's quite fun. While your opponent and you have the same number of cards in your hand, you can negate all spells, traps, and effect monsters that are activated by your opponent, and then destroy it. Everything. And it's so funny, you get your hand down to the same amount as theirs, and then they're trying to get around it, And what they'll do is they'll keep using their cards, and you're just like, okay, I'll just keep using all my cards and synchroing for more. And then when you run out, you can summon this one. This card gains the following effects based on the number of cards in your hand. If there's no cards in your hand, it can't destroy battle or card effects. If there are 3 or more, it kills itself. But you pretty much keep playing until they have no cards left, and you have no cards left. Synchro this. There's nothing they can do. And then if somehow they do like put cards in your hand, like they dark bribe something you do, that's really annoying. On your turn, just overlay these two. Do you know the best thing about this? Fabled Crows says select the level 4 level Fabled monster you grave on, special summon it. If you've already synchroed these, you can bring these back with Fabled Crows, because they're level 4. Crazy times, right? But yeah, there we go. Fabled, the best synchro deck in the world, in my opinion. I frigging love this deck to pieces. I'm going to do a deck profile of this like straight after I've done this video because of how much I love this. I might actually just try something new. I'm going to do my Fableds because my Fableds, I really haven't edited them in a long time. The only trap they run is Scrap Iron Scarecrow. Seriously, I haven't edited it in a long time. I didn't used to own staples back then. I just had Scrap Iron Scarecrows. There we go. Fableds. Boom.